I'm back. While most of the internet didn't notice, I've been gone for a couple of months. Okay, so back in January, I took a new job, and none of you congratulated me. You see, the thing is, something was off. I had this gut feeling that I couldn't shake, and one night I nervously sat on our couch, I took my wife's hand in mine, and I nervously blurted out, "Hey babe, you know this job that I just took? I think it's gonna be my last. I wanna start my own business." And with alarm in her eyes, she looked back at me and she asked, "Did the new season of Barry come out yet?" And that was the start of my entrepreneurial journey. I took time away from this channel to set up my new business as a marketing consultant and even managed to land my first client. So as I thought about returning to Keen on Things, it occurred to me that this might be a good time to pivot. Instead of telling you about how other companies do business, I'm going to tell you how I do business. I'm going to share my journey with you, the ups, the downs, what I've learned, and even my failures. I don't fail. Now, it's not my first time venturing out on my own. I've started several businesses throughout the years. I've done well with some, others not so well. Okay, I fail sometimes. You might ask why I would give up a cushy, well-paying gig as a tech company marketing executive, because I'm dumb. But mostly it's in my DNA. I come from a long line of entrepreneurs. My brother owns a restaurant. My father owned a dental laboratory. My grandfather, back in the old country, no kidding, he owned a sheep brokerage. What is that? No f***ing clue. But before I could start my own business, I needed 3 things to fall into place, and that's what this video is about today. The first thing I needed to fall into place before starting a business is having a support system. I just told you about the conversation I had with my wife, but what I didn't tell you is why it was so important that she was the first person I talked to about this. She's my biggest supporter. If she didn't believe in me, if she didn't cheer me on, I would never be able to start my own business. The moral support she provides me is important because my decision to dive into entrepreneurship affects her too. For example, despite my unwaveringly confident persona, I experience self-doubt from time to time. In the process of setting up the beginnings of my business, I experienced some self-doubt and I was feeling uncertain over my decisions. Her words of encouragement provided the boost of confidence I needed to go past my doubts and move forward. Want to know what she said? "You're not that bright, but you've beaten the odds before." She's right. I mean, if I can Forrest Gump my way to success working for someone else, then why can't I do it for myself? Thanks, Dobby. I love you. By the way, my brilliant wife is also a business owner. Check out her psychology practice website in the description below. Here's the thing. Moral support, while important, is not enough. Another type of support you'll need is mentorship. I'm certainly not the first person to start a business, and there is a lot that I can learn from those who've done it before me. Mentors have been there, they've done that, they got the t-shirt, so they know their ins and outs of the strange new business world that can eat you alive. It can save you from making the same dumb mistakes, which can be real lifesavers because mistakes can cost you money and your sanity. But it's not just about money. Mentors are like your personal business gurus. They can offer you all kinds of support and guidance that you won't find in textbooks or online. Mentors who work in similar field can provide market trends, customer behavior, best practices, and even outside your field, entrepreneurial mentors can help you fine-tune your business strategy, set achievable goals, and make critical decisions that'll set you up for success. And they'll give you honest feedback on your ideas, help you refine them into gems, or tell you how stupid they are. So when you're looking for a mentor, find someone who knows the ropes of entrepreneurship, and if you can, one in your industry, so you can reach that sweet, sweet business savvy. As soon as I made the decision to go solo, I reached out to 2 people in my network I knew could give me great advice. And I make sure to check in with them regularly because I always have questions. And even if I don't have questions, it's just good to check in because you never know what pops up. Thanks, Thought I Could for Cause. I love you. Anyway, check out their company's websites in the description below. And the second thing I needed before starting a business is a thorough understanding of the risks I was about to take. It doesn't matter how good your idea is, how good you are, how solid your plans are. Every trip into entrepreneurship is a risk, and we all need to know that before we dive in. Now, there are 3 major risks I faced getting my companies off. Now, there are 3 major risks I faced getting my companies off the ground: financial risks, market risks, and operational risks. First, and maybe most importantly, there are the financial risks. Starting a business needs cash. And there's no guarantee it'll make enough money to cover costs. You might need to borrow money or use your savings, or if you're me, take a massive pay cut by dropping your full-time job. And if things don't go as planned, you could end up losing money. In fact, you probably will at the beginning. And next is market risks. 1, you'll need to make sure there's even a market for your business, like that revolutionary idea for a pickup truck hot tub. And 2, understand that convincing customers to choose your company over competitors is going to be an uphill battle. You have to build trust and credibility with your customer base, and that could take a lot of time. And finally, there are operational risks. Running a business involves dealing with all kinds of crap, like managing supplies, hiring, solving unexpected problems. It can get complicated and you need to be ready to tackle anything that comes your way. This is one of the risks I failed to fully understand, and it really killed my momentum at first, and my soul. From the beginning, I knew that I would need to do cold email to get my business off the ground. Now, how different could cold email be from marketing email? I'm a seasoned marketer, so I had it under control, right? Wrong. I quickly learned that cold email was a whole different ballgame. So I did some homework, I got my recommendations, went all in on my first choice, a system designed by a company called Maility. I spent a few days getting to know the system, setting it up, had it humming along, and the company went out of business literally a week after I signed up. It's fine, super fine, so fine. So I regrouped, went for round 2. This time, I doubled up on my research. I chose a well-known system by a well-known company. It cost a lot more, but I didn't want to risk them going out of business on me. Nailed it. Nope. After about a month of using my new fancy schmancy cold email system, Google slammed me with a temporary ban on my email account, so I couldn't send out emails. I wasn't spamming or anything. I was sending out literally like 40 emails a day, but the cold email system I had chosen for some reason triggered Google's suspicious activity system. I felt like I was banging my head against a wall at this point. Actually, I did want to bang my head against the wall. Okay, enough. I hunkered down, spent hours on research, sought advice from my mentors, and I taught myself cold email best practices. I wasn't giving up without a fight. And finally, after a lot of trial and error and wasting a lot of money and a lot of time, I found the third system that I'm now using, and it's from a well-known stable company, has the right features, and most importantly, won't piss off Google. These issues with my email operations are not things I fully understood before diving into entrepreneurship. They were an operational risk that I didn't fully understand, and I paid the price. Let me know in the comments below if you want me to do a video on cold emailing best practices, because, well, I know a lot now. And the third and final thing I needed to know before starting my business is what we marketers call our ideal customer profile, or ICP. You might ask, wait, shouldn't one of the things you need to start a business is a product or service? Why isn't that on your list? Well, my answer to you, dear viewer, is yes, have a product or service. That's it. I've got nothing to add. So you have a product or service. Who's going to buy it? Knowing who your ideal customer is like having a treasure map to the world of business. Follow it and it will lead you to riches. Don't, and you'll just get lost. Using myself as an example, I started a marketing consulting company and I want to target clients who would benefit most from my marketing expertise. So here are the questions that I ask myself while developing my ideal customer profile. What type of customers do my customers serve? Are they B2B or are they B2C? How big is the company that will buy my services? Small, medium, large, enterprise? What industry they operate in? What are their pain points? How does the company make buying decisions? What type of technology do they have in place? What's their budget and buying power? To get these answers, I used a combination of my experience, my expertise, and data that I had available to me. And I was able to determine that my ideal customers are B2B companies, medium to large size companies with at least $1 million in revenue. They operate in a tech or financial industries because that's where most of my expertise is. Their pain points include marketing strategy, marketing leadership. They make buying decisions through small informal committees. Their technology includes at least websites, a customer relationship management system, and an email system. Their marketing budget should be at the minimum $10K a month to be able to afford my services. Now remember, this is an ideal customer profile. It's unlikely I will ever come across a company that checks every single box. But the more boxes they do check, the more likely they will need and buy my consulting services. But not only that, I can have a long-term relationship with them. With a clear ICP, I can focus my marketing efforts on reaching the right audience through targeted campaigns, social media content, industry events, emails, etc., etc., etc. It's all about making meaningful connections and showing my ideal clients why they need my services. So my example is of me, and I target other companies, not people. But what if you're a B2C business? Who's your target audience if you target individuals and not companies? Well, the same rules apply, it's just different questions. For example, if you're launching a new line of organic skincare products, you know that your ideal customers are eco-conscious millennials, they have sensitive skin, and knowing that information, you can create compelling campaigns that speak to their values and concerns. Every marketing move you make is more strategic when you know what your ICP is. Now, I'm being overly simplistic here, but the bottom line is understanding your ideal customer is the secret sauce to standing out in a competitive business world. It sets you up for success from day one. So yeah, I started a business. Wish me luck. I'm gonna need it. There, now you're an expert. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe below. Let me know in the comments if you like this new pivot for my channel, or let me know if you want me to go back to the old format. I'm going to release a new video explaining new things that I'm learning about starting a business every week, so hit the notification bell below and watch me slowly lose my sanity. Cool, thanks.